Hello there. Who doesn't like playing with Legos? Especially Star Wars Legos. This is unboxing my Star Wars collection, episode 52, the Legos Star Wars Microfighters. The Lego company has made some very fine play sets over the years, from the small sets to the large sets such as the 7,500 piece Millennium Falcon. The Microfighter collection is an inexpensive entry point to the Star Wars Lego world. Many of these figures are less than 100 pieces. Each comes with a minifigure and a very small starship or vehicle. I began collecting the Lego sets a few years ago, so I'm not even close to having a complete set of the Microfighters. But I would like to share with you the ones that I do have. Let's start with the oldest and work up to the newest. Ready to begin? Oh, don't forget to, like, comment, subscribe, okay? All right, the first figure that I have in my collection, as far as the Microfighters go, is the Millennium Falcon with Han Solo. This is number 75030 for those of you that are really into Legos. And as you can see, it features a very small Millennium Falcon along with Han Solo. And you'll notice his hair is smooth. That does get better over time. This one happens to have 94 pieces. And you can pretty much see all 94 pieces right on the cover there. This is part of a 6-part set. And this happens to be the third in that set. I do not have the first two. But I do have 2 more of these 6. So, there's the Millennium Falcon with Han Solo, so that's the first. The second I have is an X-Wing fighter, and I'm not sure if this is supposed to be Luke Skywalker or not. It just says X-Wing pilot on it. But there again, a very small X-Wing fighter. There's really no way you could really take this into space, I don't think. After all, the person flying it is almost bigger than the X-Wing fighter is. But still, it's a neat little ship, not too bad looking. The third one in Series 1 is a Star Destroyer with an Imperial officer, or Imperial crew member, if you want to call it that. And there again, it's a very small Star Destroyer. I mean, tiny little Star Destroyer. And that could be closer to the size of a land speeder if you think of the scale. But with the imagination of a 6-year-old or 8-year-old or 10-year-old or 50-year-old, you could have hours of fun with this, including the time it takes to put it together. So there is 3 of the first series, so basically half of the first series. Set that over to the side. Of Series 2, I only have 1. There again, I wasn't really concentrating on Legos at the time, so I did not get those. And there, again, are 6 of them in the second series. But this time I only got the Vulture droid with the pilot battle droid. Now, if I remember in the movies, the Vulture droids did not have pilot battle droids. But for the imagination of a child, it's a possibility. So there again, kind of a neat little figure, and that's the one that I was playing with right at the beginning here. So didn't take too long to put together. This one happens to be 77 pieces. For those of you again, this is 75073 as far as the model number goes. And the battle droid just kind of gets held on by a hand here basically. So, oh no, it's a little too fast, I can't slow down. So not too bad. Nice little droid there. Nice little figure there. So that's the only one I've got in the second series. Let's see what I have in the third series. In the third series, there are 6 again. And I only have 2 of them. I really should pay attention to these things when they first start coming out, shouldn't I? This one happens to be the Resistance X-Wing Fighter. And seeing that this character, the minifigure, has a mustache and beard, I don't think this one's Luke Skywalker either. We're getting random pilots here. This one happens to have 87 pieces and is number 75125. As you can see, the X-Wing is pretty small again. The pilot isn't much bigger than the ship. Now, if we look at the previous X-Wing fighter, you can see that in Series 1, it had a red stripe. Series 2 is a blue stripe. So now you've got the 2 squadrons going here. If you get any other ships, you can always make your own squadron and just use pilots from other sets. So you could make red wing or red squadron and blue squadron. So you got a starting point here. Like I said, that's the first of the second series I've got. And this one, of course, caught my attention because Chewbacca is one of my favorite characters in the show. And this one happens to be number 75129. It's the Wookiee gunship. And it's 84 pieces. So you'll notice most of these are a little under 100 pieces. So, as you can see, kind of a neat little ship there. And those are the only 2 of the third series I have. When we get to the fourth series, I do have a few more of those. In fact, I have 4 of the fourth series. The first of which is the U-Wing Microfighter. Actually, with the fourth series, there is only 4 of them, so I think I've got them all. The first one is the U-Wing Microfighter. Yes, we do have a U-Wing, so you can start making a squadron of those now. And this one does come with a random pilot again. If you look at the front of the box, it does look like a nice little ship. It is number 75160 and has 109 pieces. So this, I think, is the first one of these that I've had here that is over 100 pieces. One neat thing about the U-Wing here is here you can see that it's all tight in the U-Wing. But if you look at the back, that U-Wing actually spreads out. The wings actually spread out. Give you a little bit more fun time with it, a little more action series. So there's the first one. The second one, if you're going to have those, you got to have some bad guys once in a while. So we're going to the TIE Striker Microfighter. This is number 75161. Has 88 pieces, so a couple less pieces than the previous one. There again, we do have an Imperial fighter or Imperial pilot, however you want to consider it. So now you can actually have a battle between the 2. But let's say you need more ships, bigger squads. Well, then we could go with the Y-Wing Microfighter, which is number 75162. This one is 90 pieces, so a couple more pieces. There you can see again, the pilot's not much bigger than the ship, but that's the whole idea behind these microfighters. So you go with that one. Now we've got 2 against 1. Not quite, because in the fourth one in the series is the Imperial Shuttle Microfighter. So there again, very small Imperial Shuttle. Comes with, again, an Imperial officer or Imperial pilot. So now we can have 2. By the way, this one happens to be number 75163. Actually, it's Krennic's Imperial Shuttle Microfighter. And we have 78 pieces with this one. So you'll also notice that that is the one that I have sitting here. This is this one right here. So one neat thing about this one is once you're up in space, you can fold that up. There we go, Microfighter there. And that is all of Series 4. It's the only series that I actually have all of them for. So let's get these off to the side, because the next one is Series 5. And there again, I kind of fell by the wayside, wasn't paying attention. Series 5 came and went, and I only got 1, and that was with Chewbacca and the Millennium Falcon. The number here is 75193. 92 pieces. And out of Series 5, there was 6 of them again. Like I said, I wasn't paying attention. Only got 1 of them. And you know what? Trying to find these now is going to be nearly impossible because I am not paying 30, 40, 50 bucks for a little set like this that only has less than 100 pieces. Nah, ain't going to happen. So I'm pretty much stuck with what I have. But I do like this one. And like he said, Chewbacca is my favorite non-human character. And Chewbacca even comes with a bolt blaster on this one. So not too bad. Series 6, I don't have any Series 6. So let's go to Series 7, shall we? Series 7, there again, wasn't paying attention, only got one. There's only 3 of them in Series 7. There was this one, which is the Resistance Y-Wing Microfighter. So you can see we're getting to the new movies here. So not too bad a ship. Nicely done and so forth. I wish I would have got the 3rd in this series because it was one of the Tusken Raiders on a Bantha and a Rebel fighter on a ship 2, which was a 2-pack. So I think it might have been the first time they had a 2-pack, 2 different creatures and vehicles in one pack. But yeah, this is the only one I got a Series 7, so yeah, didn't do very well on that one. The latest one is Series 8. Here again, they're back to the Millennium Falcon. But you know, these Millennium Falcons are slightly different from each other. But this one, we do have Han Solo again with it. There's only 3 in the Series 8. Actually, I think there's only 2 in the Series 8. And this time I have them both. But this one is, like I said, Han Solo, Millennium Falcon Microfighter. This one has 101 pieces, so it's a little bit more than the other ones. And this one is kind of cute because it has Han Solo with wavy hair, where the first one over here had Han Solo with just flat hair. And as you can see, the ships are slightly different. Still the overall shape is the same, but slightly different as far as what they're doing with them. Han Solo looks a little bit different, but not too bad. Kind of the same. One has cheekbones, one doesn't. If we go with Chewie's, there again, we have a slightly different Millennium Falcon. They just changed things up a little bit between the 3 Millennium Falcons, so not too much. So there we go, Han Solo. And the other one, I finally was able to get one of the 2-packs. This one happens to be Luke on one of the Tauntauns and an Imperial fighter with a very small AT-AT Walker, or all-terrain armored transport. Nice little set. This one happens to be the biggest one, 205 pieces. But not bad. I think you could play with this one quite a while on the world of Hoth, using your imagination. Who wins this time? Will it be the Rebels or will it be the Empire? It's up to you. But there again, very nice set. I like this one. So, but like I said, there's only 2. I don't know. Will there be a Series 9? I'm not sure. Because like I said, there's only 2 in this series. So maybe the Microfighters have started waning a little bit in sales. And they're going to be stopping them. But I would almost doubt it because Lego sell. Let's face it, Lego sell. Unless you really screw them up. And I don't know if Legos has screwed up too many of them in the Star Wars brand. But we'll see. So these are the Microfighters that I have. Like I said, I've only probably got, well, I probably don't even have half of them. Because some of those 6-part sets, I've only got 1. So that really cut down. And maybe someday I'll find them. But until then, this is what I have. What do you think? Do you collect the Microfighters? Have you played with them? Have you opened them? What do you think of these little kits? Yes, they do capture the ship pretty well. Probably a little more fun to have them a little larger, but that's the whole idea of the Microfighters. Just quick little playtime, quick little puzzles to put together. And you always get the minifig. Uh-oh, the battle droid is now drifting off into space, which means that we should probably drift off too. Let's bring this video to an end. Once again, I'd like to invite you to comment on the video. What was your favorite? Like this video if you did like it. And if you didn't, well, don't like the video, I guess. And subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss future videos. Until next time, may the Force be with you and keep collecting.